Alright, this is a weird day. I'm in my. This is my cubicle where they misspelled my name. They called me Vidal instead of Anil, which is not close at all. It's not even the same, like, ethnicity either. Why am I making this video? Oh, yeah. Apparently Charlie Kirk got shot in the neck in Utah and he died. I'm not all too familiar with Charlie Kirk. And I'm not condoning him necessarily or all of his ideals, right? But my series is about authenticity, and again, I keep trying to push forward the idea that we are in a dichotomy. Every person has two sides. It's not necessarily good and evil. It's the side that is genuinely you, that you do everything you do to enjoy yourself and fulfill your needs and your happiness. And then there's a side that comes with duty and responsibility and your connections with other people, right? It's the reason why you take care of your parents or your spouse or your kids or your friends, or you're responsible at work, whatever it is, right? I mean, think about it. You don't want to go to work, but you need money. That's what a dichotomy is, right? It's living two sides to yourself. So, what does that have to do with Charlie Kirk and authenticity and all of that? Well, it's not confirmed, but the media, mainstream media, even independent organizations that are biased, are going to paint Charlie Kirk's killer as a liberal, because apparently Charlie Kirk was more conservative. You see him around sort of the red pill spaces. You know, he's kind of like a younger Ben Shapiro who's not Jewish, right? I've said it before. There is such a thing as being so open-minded that you're actually closed-minded, right? What does that mean? Have you ever heard, if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything? That's what that means. Whoever this guy is that shot Charlie Kirk, as open-minded as he might be, he took it upon himself to be offended by something that Charlie Kirk said, or was about to say, or maybe he was saying it in the moment, and decided to murder a human being, right? Do you understand how crazy it is that somebody who is open and willing to accept changes in society, different, gender roles, economic roles, how somebody like that, right? Because they're liberal, right? We're going to use quotes. They're liberal, they're open-minded to everything. Do you know how crazy it is that somebody who's so open-minded would commit murder in public with news cameras around, or at least social media around catching everything? There's probably 100 different angles of Charlie Kirk getting shot. I already saw one of them against my will because it blew up on my newsfeed. You are so open-minded, but you got offended and decided to murder a human being. That's what I'm talking about. I wish I could draw it out, right? Actually, let me try to draw it out. I don't have a stand for this, but let me try to draw that shit out for you, right? Check it. This is a line. This is the spectrum that we all supposedly fit in, right? You have your left and your right. That's a lie. That is a lie, because this is a two-dimensional object. This is a flat plane. This is a piece of paper. That's not what life is. That's not how human beings are. That's not what the world is like. You know what the world is? A big fucking circle. That's what the world is. Check it. There's a line in the circle. Left, right. A circle. You can be... I wish you could see me scribble. It's funny. You could be straight in the middle, right? Between left and right. You can be on the top or you can be on the bottom. Eventually, left is going to lean towards right and right is going to lean towards left because it's a circle. It's all connected. We're not a flat line like everything wants to paint us out to be. There's layers to this shit, right? That's my point. Let people talk. They have the right to talk. Let people pursue their happiness, right? Don't be a conservative that pushes your values onto everybody, but don't be a liberal that pushes open-mindedness on everybody. I was having a conversation with my coworker because he gets really caught up in all of this and he gets really attached to it, and I have to like just walk away because it gets annoying. There's a level of detachment that you need to have, because guess what? At the end of the day, I want more money in my pocket, I want a safe neighborhood to live in, and I have kids, so I want a safe place for my kids to either go to school or a safe community for them to be around. It doesn't matter where you lean on the spectrum, which is a circle, not a flat line, not a left and a right. There's a up, down, inside, outside, clusterfuck of everything. We all want those same things. That's what we want. It's written in our damn Constitution: life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. As long as you're not hurting somebody, you're okay. And I don't know what's been going on, but a lot of people have been taking offense to a lot of things that don't really need to be taken offense to. And I don't know what happened. I fell to that too. I started getting riled up about everything. And then, you know what? I realized there's no need for that. You know why? You can't necessarily free Palestine. They deserve to be free, but it's too complicated. And you need to understand where you, as an American citizen, are and how you're involved in that situation. You want socialism or you want a better economy, you need to understand how business works. That's why it's not necessarily going to work completely. On the flip side, you want a theocracy like the Taliban. That doesn't work either. We need to meet in the middle somewhere. We need to stop being on the line. Don't be getting mad and shooting people, no matter where you are. Don't hurt people. You can say bad things about people, and that's okay. We reserve the right for that. We have that freedom. That's how Charlie Kirk made his money. That's how Ben Shapiro made his money. But you know what? That's also how Bill Maher makes his money. That's how Bernie Sanders makes his money. They're all running around giving talks, giving speeches, debating, because we need to start thinking, and we need to think about other people. That guy who shot Charlie Kirk could have killed somebody else. And here I am just sitting here because personally it doesn't matter to me. But this is a good lesson in authenticity. Whoever that guy was that shot Charlie Kirk, he finally found out where his boundaries were. He finally found out what triggered him. He probably didn't know. And unfortunately, he didn't get a chance to explore that because he had a gun and decided to kill Charlie Kirk. If you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. Because we're not a line. We're not a 2D plane. We're a circle. We could be up, down. You know how they measure a circle? From the middle, the radius. They take a 3-dimensional, like a sphere, cut out the circle, measure it that way. Everything is duality. It's a dichotomy. There's an absolute, because we're not supposed to hit one or the other. You're never going to hit all evil, all bad, all good, all light. You're not going to hit 0 degrees Kelvin where there's no heat in the universe at all, or a Big Bang level event where we get all the entropy in the world. We're always going to be in the middle somewhere. You just have to choose where your middle is and then stick to that. And if you're going to shoot somebody, do it in a video game, right? Or go play paintball. Go play paintball, go do laser tag, or go play some Fortnite or Call of Duty or something. You don't need to be getting a gun, whatever gun it was, and shooting people. Come on. Either way, just rest in peace to, I guess, to Charlie Kirk. Again, I don't really know much about him. I'm familiar with his work, but, everybody has a right to live. Don't overstep that.